Hey, folks, here we go again. Once again, we'd like to welcome you to our Monday night MWR Financial Leadership Call. A beautiful, exciting time. My name is Gerald Parker. Listen, I'm hosting tonight from the beautiful city of Miami in South Florida, along with my newest rep, Miss Yolanda Roberts. I tell you what, we hit the ground running today. We're doing some exciting things, sharing this story with people, giving them an opportunity to make a huge difference in their lives. So I'm excited about what we're doing and what we'll continue to do for the rest of the week. As I told Ben McCrae earlier, that I am having a difficult time trying to explain to my family why I'm not coming back home. But this is working, and it's working in a big way. Hey, but once again, without further ado, let's get right down to it tonight. The topic, again, is going to be telling your story. I want to give you the webinar address. If you haven't gotten it, go to join.startmeeting.com/MWR. Folks, a little housekeeping. Want to mention this to you. Double expansion bonus is still in play. The month of August is not over, so let's make that happen. They put the money on the table. We want to take full advantage of it. Hey, the second regional event that MWR Financial is going to be hosting will be in St. Louis in October. You want to position yourself for there. You go to Eventbrite and you look for the MWR event. You can register for that event. Get yourself positioned now. We know that you grow your business from event to event. Project 1000, final mention. We want to let you know that that project is still alive. Get on board with this. We're committed to helping 1,000 people, but put themselves in a position where they've gotten guaranteed income. MWR Financial can do it. We want you to be a part of that with us as we change lives across this country. So let's get to our guest speaker tonight. You've heard from this gentleman before. Again, I say and I say it again, the reason he's so successful because he spent his life helping others. He's built teams of tens of thousands of people across this country. I've had the opportunity to witness that with my own eyes. Now, he brings two decades of success in the financial service industry to the table. Now, the principles that we work from that he's helped create are tried, tested, and true. He's without question a do-it-first leader. This guy builds big. He's a master of motivation, and again, the track that you're running on now, the success that you're seeing is proven, predictable, and profitable. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the call the president, MWR Financial, president of Leadership and Field Development, Mr. Adamo Tolson. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I am, Gerald. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Outstanding. Well, thank you, Gerald, so much as always. Even this is the leadership that I'm talking about. Even when you're down in sunny Florida and South Florida with leaders and helping develop and build, you still don't ever miss the opportunity to kind of get this call started. You do it with such perfection, so smooth, graceful, with great charm. I'm telling you, Gerald, I appreciate it so much. And your leadership, doing it first, the person that you're working with down there in South Florida, I know you're going to give them the ability to set South Florida on fire. I'm telling you, everyone, a lot of the places where you are, including down there in South Florida, you're going to be one of the first to be here because we're at the very beginning of this. So you're one of the first to start your area, or you're part of the first group that's starting that area. We are going to absolutely dominate, and we're beginning to sweep the nation. You can hear on every call, as Gerald always says, you're hearing new people coming from different states, and it's because they're starting to realize the impact that not only that you can have in your own personal life by taking advantage of everything that MWR Financial has to offer, but more importantly, the impact that we can have on others and what that really means. So we are building a business where you can have meaning and purpose wrapped up in that business, and it's great that we get guaranteed income. I love the fact that we make guaranteed income, and that is a powerful, powerful place to be. But what we're known for is the fact that we're known for the instant pay raise, because that's who we are. MWR Financial is the home of the instant pay raise. So it's exciting to do that. And tonight what I wanted to do was just talk to you about, because so many people are starting to develop their stories. They're starting to do the plan of action. And when they take advantage of the plan of action, they're able to now they're having the success with our Financial Edge membership. So they're starting to see what's happening. They're starting to get promoted in business. In fact, one of the promotions that I want to talk about is our newest district manager, and I'm telling you, it doesn't go to any. I get goosebumps because I get to just congratulate this gentleman, because I talk with him, and the way our conversations are always in such a way. Number one, he's committed to see the growth of this company in a major way. He's not only just his business. He's not like a just me guy. He wants to. He is committed to seeing the people he's working with win, but he's committed to see the company win. So he's always thinking, forward thinking. He's out there leading from the front. He doesn't just talk about it. He does it. He's someone that is super, super busy with a lot of things going on, but he still finds time. He works his business with a full-time mentality, even if it's not always full-time hours, and he does it with such intensity, and people, they get a sense of, man, this guy just doesn't stop, because he cares, and he wants to see people win, and he wants to do something that has longevity attached to it. So when we talk about things to help the business go forward. He gives me ideas that help me become a better president of field and leadership development. I can't think of a better person I could just want to congratulate, but that's none other. And we're going to do I know we're going to hear this big loud applause. We won't hear it, but just understand it's there. But let's give it up to Mr. Terrence Hawkins down there in Charlotte, North Carolina, is our newest district manager. That is big time. Congratulations. Way to go, Terrence. That's big time. So make sure you guys, when you see him, when you talk with them, or like social media, that's right, we can do that. Make sure you go give him some love on social media and let him feel the joy of doing that, because that's a major accomplishment, and it's just on his way to national, and that is happening. I know Connie Houlihan is on her way to national, so there's some things, and Gerald Parker is absolutely coming for him. So it is exciting to see what's happening with some of the leadership in the field and what they're doing, and all this success that people are having here recently. So because of that, I thought, you know what? Let me help people learn how to tell their story. So your story is you. So it's authentically you, it's organically you, and we want it to be that, but there's a way to sometimes tell it that makes it effective. Not even sometimes, there's a way to tell it to make it effective. And when you tell it in a certain way and you teach others to tell it in this similar sort of way, then you give people, you empower them to really get all the nerves out and try to say, I'm trying to say this, trying to say that. They just learn how to do it. And we've taught this over the years, and it's been absolutely powerful. So I'm going to go on and get started here tonight. We didn't need that, but here we go. All right, let's talk about the purpose of a testimonial. You need to understand the purpose. See, the purpose of a testimonial, let me just do this here real quickly, is that, first of all, before I even go through that, I want to tell you what Bill Gates talks about. He says, what I do best is sharing my enthusiasm. That's Bill Gates. And so, Gerald, you're in good company, because I think you are a phenomenal Mr. Gerald Parker in sharing his enthusiasm, and that's where people come from miles around to watch him burn, and then he recruits them. So I love it, and he's getting after it, but that's what Bill Gates says. What he does best is share his enthusiasm. The purpose of a testimonial is to have prospects see themselves in the Crusader story. So if I just use Gerald since he was on here, or I use Terrence Hawkins, when they tell their story, then you as the prospect, if I was coming and kind of taking a look at this business, what I love about both the two gentlemen I'm talking about is they understand that it's the stories that sell. So they don't do a lot of telling, they do storytelling, but not a lot of, it's this fact, that fact, this fact. So when they tell their story, they do it in such a way that the person can see that they could succeed the way they just share the story. I could do that. And that's what you always want is people. You want to leave people with the feeling of, wait a minute, that's exciting, and I can do that. I want that. That's the way you want to leave them. So it creates validity for the opportunity to prospects. For our products, it creates validity, and it shows them that it's real. That's what testimonials are for, the purpose of them. The other one is to provide recognition for those producing. So for those that are producing, they're promoting through the ranks, all of that, they're making things happen, that's their chance to be recognized. Now, the structure of a testimonial should go as follows. It should be brief. Now, let me say that again. Brief. 2 minutes or less is maximum. And you're talking to a guy who knows that an old tongue like me likes to waggle. So this was hard for me, but brief, it means brief. Now, here's what happens. 2 minutes is the absolute maximum or less. The proper testimonial must include the following: your name, your occupation prior to network marketing. What I see people do all the time is they'll say, oh, well, I've been, in direct sales, da-da-da, and I don't care if it's been 20 years. People need to, you were not always in direct sales, so where did you come from? Where did it start? For me, I come from the mortgage industry. That's the industry I was from. If I want to go way back, I can go Pacific Bell, but 17 years prior to me getting into the direct sales industry, I was in the mortgage industry. So that way you can relate. People go, oh, okay, he came from this. And when you start having a lot of people tell testimonials, what I love about our business, that people succeed from all walks of life. And so someone in that room may say, oh, that's me. Wow, so if he can do it, maybe I can do it. If she can do it, maybe I can do it. That's where we want to come from. Then you have the time frame that you've been involved with MWR Financial. So that should be the next thing that's in the testimonial. And then you also want to have what's possible now financially. See, this is the structure of the testimonial. And then you want to acknowledge the MWR success system. That is so critically important, because now you're letting people know, you're letting that prospect know, you're letting that potential client know there is a system that's in place in order for you to succeed, and that you will succeed. So that way people understand, I'm not going to just come in here and kind of get lost, or you're just going to throw me against the wall and see what sticks. No, there's a system that we run, and it's simple. So here's how you build the testimonial script. You want to say, my name is, like Undamo, my current occupation is whatever it is, or my previous occupation was the mortgage or being an account executive for Countrywide. So that's my previous occupation. So that's how you kind of have that built in there. Then what you want to do is you want to say, I've been involved with MWR Financial for a relatively short period of time. And everyone on the phone has been involved for a relatively short period of time. But here's the key. If it's been 3 months or less, then be specific. So you would say, hey, I've been involved with MWR Financial for a relatively short period of time. If it's over 3 months, but if it's under 3 months, I've been involved with MWR Financial for 2 weeks. I've been involved with MWR Financial for 2 months. So it's in there. But once it goes over 3 months, then it's just a relatively short period of time. So that's how that's done. Then you want to find out or tell them, I am now in position to earn up to whatever the money is. So if it's $600, if it's $1,500, what is your goal? If it's $3,000, based on your position. So if I'm for example, I'll give you a perfect example. If I'm Terrence Hawkins, and he's now a district manager, then you say, I'm in position to earn, it could be the $3,000 or it could be the $4,500 in guaranteed income per month as a district manager, because that's what the position he's earned, which will allow me to, and then he just states whatever goal he had that he wanted to accomplish because of MWR. So it allows me to move into an area that I always wanted. It allows me to take my kids and put them from public school and put them into private school. It allows me to take that dream vacation I've always dreamed of. It allows me to secure my future or to grow my retirement faster than I ever thought possible. See, those kinds of things are what is powerful and so impactful to people when you share it. You're engaging them when you share it in this way. And it's clear and it's concise. So this is very important, a part of that. So again, you're saying, like if I'm Terrence, I go, hey, I'm Terrence Hawkins, and I already said all that, but I'm now in position question. Well, here, I can do Terrence right here. Well, let me go one more. I'm going to go one more time so you can see the whole part of it. Then the last part you say, and I owe it all to MWR's my MWR simple system. I just plugged in the MWR financial system, and here I am. So you are, and I should have put success system, but here I am. So they understand that the system is how you got there. You didn't have to be some great orator. You didn't have to be some unbelievable super salesman or saleswoman. You didn't have to be some extraordinary networker. No, you just plugged into a system. So if I'm Terrence, I say, hey, my name is Terrence Hawkins, and I am an enrolled agent with the IRS, or I'm I prepare taxes, but I like that. I'm an enrolled agent with the IRS. I've been involved with MWR Financial for a relatively short period of time. I'm now in position to earn $4,500 a month in guaranteed income. Wow, that as a district manager, which will allow me to take my family on the African safari I've always dreamed of and go first class. And I owe it all to my MWR financial system. I just plugged into MWR Financial Success System, and here I am. See, it's that simple. It's that our testimony is that simple. So now I did that to go basically do it again. So, but because I want to show you now, here you want to stay focused on your why, and you want to commit to your commitments. Now, here's what I want to do. I did something here. Yeah, no, I did it. Okay, I got it. I wanted to make sure I had it all. Okay. So, again, you want to stay focused on your why. Why are you doing this business? What do you want to accomplish? And I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you, when you consider what our CEO and founder, Mr. Brian House, has put together this incredible, remarkable opportunity, that when you hear the other night how we can take people through all 4 parts of the cash flow quadrant. And we do it with experts every step of the way. So if you're an employee right now and then you just now joined us to become self-employed, now we're going to take you from self-employed and help you become a business owner. And then once we take you to become a business owner, now at the same time we can touch on beyond that I quadrant where you have money making money for you, not just leveraging people to make money, but now your money's making money for you because you look at getting your PRA, your private reserve account, where you become your own bank, your own private bank. Or you could decide you want to do land banking where your money is making money for you. So that is absolutely powerful to be able to do that and be in position to do that. So your why, whatever it is, what I love is that this is so big. When you consider our target market of 150 million W-2 employees that do not have businesses, when you consider that our goal is to capture 10% of that market as a company, and when you can then consider over the next 5 years, we want to capture 1% of that market, which is 1.5 million people. And by doing that, we'll create some 3,000 millionaires over the next 5 years. And you know where many of them are going to come from? You might say, oh, from one of the people on the phone. That could be. I definitely know there's some that are definitely positioning themselves to make sure that that's absolutely a true fact. But they're going to come from people that get involved with MWR Financial in 2018 and 2019. And there may be a little window in early 2020, but the large part, I'm talking 90% of the millionaires created, will be in MWR Financial over this next 18 months. And those that win the biggest are the ones that absolutely grew their business, because some of those millionaires haven't even joined MWR Financial yet. Haven't even joined. They don't even know it exists because no one shared it with them yet. But they are going to come here. They're going to see our simple system. They're going to see our plan of action and the great services that the Financial Edge membership provides. They're going to go, wait a minute, we do this and our system is this simple? And we have these kind of services and the training that you get on Thursdays, where just so you understand what's coming, as you see it, like just like you saw last Thursday, we did the training. We talked to you about the PRA and why that's so important and how you can access that and start with that. I showed you where someone who was, let's say they are absolutely have no money saved whatsoever. They don't feel good about it. They know they should have. They always wanted to. Things happen. They didn't know about certain things. They didn't know certain things, and other things happened, and now they're starting to find out that a lot of the things that happened that they're sitting there beating themselves up wasn't even their fault. It was the government and the IRS, everybody's kind of positioned themselves to take advantage of those circumstances and put you in a position to have to work, to pay more in taxes than you should, to have to work, so and they give you the money just a little bit at a time to keep you working forever, and then they tax you, and then you have to stay working because they took 1/3 of your money just from taxes, and then the credit card companies all besiege you and descend upon you because they want to take your money, and you need to use them because 1/3 of your income was taken away, and you needed every penny. So now you have to finance your lifestyle. So you start financing your lifestyle to try to hang in there and do it, and then all of a sudden you can't do that anymore, and next thing you know, you're really struggling when you look at the last third of the year is finally for you, and then you're struggling to make that work. It is very, very tough. So we understand that. But here at MWR Financial, we can take somebody who's through experienced all of that, has zero savings to speak of, know they're way too old to have no savings. And they go, I only have a short time to do it. But we show them, or they're in their mid-30s. We're here for $255. We can show you how to have $1 million set aside for you. And you're like, what? Every single month? I put $255 away every month? And it could grow to $1 million? Yes, that's possible. Right here with our PRA. So it is so exciting what he's put together. And everybody, what I'm saying to you is you can achieve your why. You can absolutely go have what you want to have right here with MWR Financial if you have the courage, if you have the dedication, if you have the desire. And if it's burning, it has to burn, the burning desire to truly change your life, then it can happen here financially. So you know your why, then you want to commit to your commitments. So if you say, I'm going to make 5 calls every day, and I know I'm part-time and things like that, but I'm going to reach out to 5 people every single day to try to share and ask them the phrase that pays, so I can share the MWR financial business with those that hear. See, I love Jesus Christ. Now, he had a much better message and bigger message than what I'm talking about or what Mr. Brian House has put together. But Jesus Christ understood that people needed to hear the message. So when he went into town, and I'm going to paraphrase a little bit because I'm not a pastor, but the story is he went into town and he said, let those that hear, hear. And those that didn't hear, they just missed it. And hopefully they'll get it the next time because he wasn't going to let any dust settle underneath his feet. That means he kept it pushing. He kept it moving. And if he's keeping it moving and he's saying, I'm going to, because he needs to go out there and keep sharing this message, then he knows that there's going to be some that get it and go, okay, and they can share it locally. But he was going to spread this message and spread the good news. So what I'm sharing to you, if his message is that strong, then you say, hey, it's not about who's saying yes. It's about you committing to just doing the 5 or doing the 3 or doing the 1, whatever it is. And then I'm going to send out this many direct messages on social media or this many, text messages. And I'm going to do it every day. That's how you grow a business. That's how you get where you all of a sudden start seeing that you're doing the right thing long enough to have your efforts compound. So that's the important thing. And here's something Napoleon Hill said. He said, fortunate is the person who developed the self-control to steer a straight course towards his objective in life without being swayed from his purpose by either condemnation or condemnation. See, he didn't. If people, man, what you're doing, what is that? Or what are you doing now? All that kind of stuff. I know it takes courage to still talk through, to have maybe tried some things that didn't work out. I understand that it takes courage for you to even try again, because some of us have put our necks out so far and they got chopped off. No, not due to us. The company or the situation didn't support what we thought it was going to be. So now we have this fear to go out there and do it again because the people may say this or that. But until they start paying my bills, I can't worry about it. I've got to just keep putting the message out there. And I always say this, people that try to condemn you because you tried this and you tried that and you tried this and the other and they didn't work out and you're still thinking that something's going to happen, none of those people have ever read about anybody successful. They may know the names of the people, but they don't know their stories. Because if they knew their stories, they'd be super excited for you. Because many of them, in fact, they failed, and failed again, and most of them failed pretty miserably. One day I'm going to talk to you, I don't have enough time here tonight, but I'm going to talk to you about some of the people and their stories so you kind of get a sense, just a little bit, not in great detail, but just a little snippet of who they are and what they had to go through in order to succeed. And these are people that are well known, that you know. It's crazy. So this whole thing about, oh, well, if you try this and you try that and that didn't work, so why would you be successful now? Man, that's not going to work. Or I don't know. You've been in a lot of different things. Now what do you have now? And all that sort of stuff. All that is someone has already given up on life. They have one foot in the grave and one foot is on a banana peel. They may not think that's the case, but that is definitely the case. So I want you to understand, we are absolutely positioned beautifully to take advantage of some things that are just extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. Now, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to tell you, because I said I'm going to do this another time, but I just got to tell you this one thing. And I want to tell me who this guy is. He developed a cocaine addiction at 13. He dropped out of high school to steal and sell drugs. He went to prison at 16 for felonious assault. His initial fame as a musician and model was short-lived. He reinvented himself as an actor. He now, not only that, but then he now has shows that he's now directed, and they're his shows that are wildly successful, and these are the shows that made him super, super rich, probably taking him to the wealthy side of things, but that's Mark Wahlberg. See, nobody has this whole perfect thing where everything just went well and nothing happened. Guess what? If everything goes perfectly and you never had an issue, then no one's ever going to read your book. Because no, that's not exciting. There's nothing to it. We all have things to overcome, so this is your chance to win. So I'm just telling you, I'm super, super excited. I hope you enjoyed what we shared here tonight, because I know we're coming up at the bottom of the hour, and I'm going to be on time today. So we are super, super excited. This is it. This is how you tell your story in 2 minutes or less, and you tell it powerfully, and you get to hear it quite often when you hear Gerald Parker tell his story. If you ever want to hear someone tell their story in 2 minutes or less, listen to Gerald Parker. It'll have you captivated. It's powerful. But once you learn how to do that and you teach your team how to do that, you're going to find that people are going to be attracted to you like crazy, and you will have those future millionaires in your business. And if they're in your business, guess what probably happened to you? Yes. You became one too. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. MWR family, we love you. Go out there and make a difference in people's lives. You heard what Gerald said earlier about, the double expansion bonuses. If the CEO is putting money on the table, don't leave it for him to keep it. Let's take it. Let's go make it happen. Hey, we're going to see you in St. Louis. If you're not in St. Louis, some of the things we're going to train on, it's going to hurt. It's going to be a gut shot, because we're not going to put it out. We're not going to have it come out. You got to come to St. Louis to get it. That's where all the leadership is going to be. That's where all the successful people are going to be. That's where the first millionaires are going to be, that from that room in St. Louis. So I hope you're on that picture that we take of you in St. Louis. And then the Project 1000, that's the key, because if you really want to know, the first 1,000 people that have guaranteed income, So you should be running for this, and you should be running to have more of the people in your business. See, my goal has always been to be 10 to 20% of the company, because those that run for guaranteed income, that's where the millionaires go. See that first 1,000? Remember it says it's going to be 3,000? Guess what? That first 1,000 to get guaranteed income, that's what you want to run for. So let's go out there. Let's have that guaranteed income. Let's start seeing that if you already, we have so many people that already have guaranteed income. So I know we're far less than 1,000 left, but those 1,000 that first guaranteed income, you want to start helping other people get themselves positioned so they have guaranteed income, because that's how you win in a big, big way. So with that being said, we will see you at the top. We'll see you on the beaches of the world, because you're in MWR sharing the message, sharing our great crusade. So we know we're going to see you there. We're also going to see you at the bank. But at the MWR bank, they won't just count our money. They'll weigh it. Have a good evening. I'm going to say goodbye for now.
Great call.